Hello and welcome. This is Tyrone Martinson, and this is my new series, The Truth About Storytelling. It's a background look at what goes into the writing life, what inspires me, how I keep going from day to day, and hopefully sharing some encouraging tips for other writers and creatives who want to live this kind of life and keep going after the foundations for their dreams. So, welcome. And today I have some exciting news to share. This is kind of a progress update today, but today, as of this morning, NASA had a shuttle liftoff, and guess what was on it? A whole bunch of ebooks by different authors from around the world, many of whom were independent authors. And the Writers in the Moon Project, which was a brainchild of Susan K. Quinn, it's really cool that she put it together. She's a former rocket scientist, and she's currently a great author. I recommend checking her books out. But she put together Writers on the Moon, and that meant that over 125 authors were invited to have a book put into a payload of ebooks that would go to the moon and be kept in a time capsule there for future explorers or for extraterrestrials, who knows? And I was invited, but I missed the email, if you can imagine. So why am I excited about this if I missed the email way back when she first invited people a couple years ago? Well, it's because my amazing editor, Chris Fay, she made sure that one of my books was included because she included it as part of her payload. So thank you, Chris, for that inclusion. My book, Liftoff, is on its way to the moon today. And how appropriate is it? It's a fun sci-fi novella, and it gets to go to the moon and be a part of this vast, awesome moment in literature in which books are going to be put on the moon in a time capsule. So, again, thank you to Susan K. Quinn, and thank you to Chris Fay for making this happen. I really appreciate all your hard work. It's mind blowing. As a kid, I could barely dream that I could be an author, but to have one of my books go to the moon is just like, it's just really cool. So thank you, Chris, and thank you, Susan K. Quinn, for making Writers on the Moon possible. And so my secondary news is is not quite as outworldly or mind-boggling as that, but I do get to be one of the speakers at Creative Colloquies open mic night next week in Tacoma, Washington on Monday the 15th. So anyone can come and sign up for open mic night, but I was actually asked to be one of the featured speakers, which means I get maybe 5 minutes to talk instead of just one or two. So I'm really excited about that. And if you live in the local area, if you live by Tacoma, I want to welcome you to come to Creative Colloquy next week for the open mic, or come any of the nights that they do open mic. It's a great place to meet talented local poets, novelists, and scriptwriters. So again, great place to come. Very supportive, very kind, very loving. Creative Colloquy is just, it's a good group. So recommend you come to that. And my third bit of news is I have started yet again another Kindlevella serialization. If you've been reading along with any of my work, you know that I have over 10 serials on Kindlevella, ranging from fiction to nonfiction. And this new one is a nonfiction work that I've been considering as a project for quite some time. I love God, and I wanted to offer up something for anyone who's interested in faith-based materials. So it's called Fix Your Eyes on Jesus, a journal study of the New Testament, and that's exactly what it is. It's just a commentary on it, basically my notes for the day of what I've read in the Bible. So this morning I read Matthew chapters 10 and 11, and this is the 9th day of the study. So it's a great time to jump in. There's only 9 episodes to read if you want to read it. And you could just kind of join along with me as I'm reading through the New Testament this calendar year. So again, you're welcome to do that. You're welcome to check out any of my other Kindovellas. I'll drop my link list in either the description or the comments. I'll also drop the a couple of links for the Writers on the Moon project. That's pretty cool, and for Creative Colloquy. So anyway, lots of links coming your way. And so my next bit of news is that this week for my video series, this series right here, I will be talking about preparing for open mic nights. What I typically do to do that, all the way from choosing the selection that I'm going to read, practicing that selection, and doing some breath and elocution work to get ready to speak. Because I know I get mush mouth, and I probably have mush mouth right now. And so I need to do elocution exercises before I prepare to speak. So I'll be sharing those tips and things with you. Hopefully they'll make you laugh or give you some encouragement to try and go out and do it yourself. So also this last week, I wrote over 10,000 words on nonfiction and fiction and poetry projects. So I had a lot of fun writing, and I'm just really thankful to be able to have a writing life and to be able to do what I do. So thank you for all of your support and your encouragement. If you have any comments or questions, please feel free to drop them in the comments section. I have to admit, I prefer to keep a positive dialogue, so that would be great if your comments and questions can kind of stay in a positive, life-giving way. And I hope to see you around this week. Thanks for listening to all of this progress update. I'm just, again, amazed. This is going to the moon. it's just wild. So thanks, and have a good week.